Hey there guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, I want to get a few things done in today's video. So if we go into the hangar here to the to-do list, I can show you what I want to get done here. Alright, so if we look at the to-do list here, most of the things I want to get done is upgrading the power situation on the base here. Mainly because I want the base to be more independent, and I also don't want the nuclear reactor on the Enterprise running. So those are my main reasons for building up the power on the base. And I also want to collect more resources like iron, nickel, and silicone to replenish the Enterprise's stock of those materials, because we are currently running out. We're not totally empty, but we are running out, and I do want to stock up on those materials before I leave for the other planets. And also guys, real quickly, before I do get into today's video, I just want to say that I did no off-camera work. I am starting right where I left off last video. So yeah, just to let you guys know that. And yeah, so let's start today's video. And so I think the first thing I want to do is actually go and grab some steel plates, because I do want to kind of make a rough outline of where I want all the solar panel and the wind turbines are going to go. So I do feel like that the wind turbines are going to expand out that way, and then the solar panel is going to be somewhere over there. At least that's kind of what I'm thinking for right now. And yeah, so I feel like that's kind of a pretty good plan for right now, actually. Alright, so if we just go here, we can build out the solar panels here. So kind of going at the same level here, we can just kind of expand it out this way. Kind of like that here. And then we go up. And also, I was watching a tutorial video on how to make how to maximize wind turbines. The video said to build it up pretty high there, and also to leave, I think it was 12 blocks of space in between in order to maximize its effectiveness. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be building a few wind turbines just kind of away from each other, kind of like this. And I think it'll work out pretty well. And there we go. So here are 3 wind turbines here. Or it's going to turn into 3 wind turbines. And so if we can just copy this on the other side there, then we'll have 4. Kind of like this. Alrighty here. So it looks like that the wind turbines are coming along really nicely here, as you can see. And so I feel like if we expand this out, kind of like make rows, kind of like that, it'll be really effective. Now the reason why I'm building up wind turbines instead of just a really big solar panel or a couple really big solar panels is because wind turbines run 24/7 and they do produce way more power per unit than solar panels. So that's why I want to build up a lot of them here, because they are more effective. At least in my opinion, I feel like they're more effective. So that's why I want to build up a ton of these wind turbines. And so now if we just kind of rinse and repeat the process over here, build up a middle turbine in the middle here, and then kind of offshoot it off the sides there. And I think I'm only going to do that many. What is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total there. I think that's all I'm going to do, because I don't think it's going to take all that much power to run those 2 machines over there. I might add more later on, but even then I am going to build a solar panel array over there. So we don't need that many wind turbines. Alright guys, so as you can see, finished up the outline here. So all I need to do now is add the wind turbines to the top of the towers like this. And you know what guys, I am going to cut back to when all the wind turbines are fully constructed. Alright here guys, just finished welding up all the solar panels here. And now if we go down to here, we can actually see how much power we're producing with the wind turbines. So if we just go into the control panel, go into wind turbines, and we are producing about 360 kilowatts per wind turbine, which is a ton of power, I would say. And so now that doubled with a solar panel array thing, that is a lot of power. The only downside with the solar panel is that it only works during the day. But honestly, I think this plus a battery is enough to run the base during the night, honestly. So yeah, now we gotta build up a solar panel. So now we need to go get some more steel plates here. So if we just go around and look for steel plates, get some interior plates while we're at it. So now if we go and build it out, oh no, let's say from here and kind of build it out. Doesn't need to go out a whole lot, but I don't want it to interfere with the wind turbines either. So maybe I'll put it on the end of the base there just to make sure that it's not going to get in the way of the turbines. Kind of like that there, put it on the end here so it won't get in the way of the wind turbines. And now actually we are going to need a custom turret controller to control the solar panels. That's another thing we're going to need. We are going to need these solar panels here. Just like that. So now we can place this down here just like that, and now we can build up on top of it like this, and we are going to want to build up quite a lot here to make sure we get the full range of the sun. Yep, I think this is tall enough here. Quite tall here actually. It's almost comically huge how tall I made it here. But you know what, we are going to get the full range of the sun though, so that is an upside to that. And so now we are going to need a rotor and hinge to make sure everything is going to move properly. Alright guys, got the materials here to build up the solar panel here. Alright guys, just set up the rotor and hinge here for the solar panel. And now just to make sure it doesn't move around or anything, I am going to lock the hinge and the rotor just to make sure it isn't going to move around here. So if we go into control panel and just search up hinge, we can go hinge lock and then share inertia tensor as well. Same thing with the rotor. We're just going to go share inertia tensor and rotor lock there. And so now if we go all the way back to the top here, it won't move around on us. And now we can build out the solar panel a little bit here now. So now if we take the solar panels here, we can build it out kind of like that there. We can just place them kind of like that. And I mean, I don't know if I want to make it any bigger. Maybe I should make it a bit bigger. Alright guys, just finished placing all the solar panels here. And so now I am going to cut back to when all of this is welded up here. So yeah, I am going to cut back to when all of this is welded. Alright guys, quick update here. So I didn't finish all of the solar panel yet, but I did finish the turret controller, hinge, rotor, and camera to control the solar panel. So if we go back down here to the control panel here and go into this menu screen in the custom turret controller here, we can actually assign the rotor and hinge here, and then the camera is going to be the base camera, or I called it the base camera, but that's the camera on top of the solar panel that's going to actually look at the sun. And so now if we go always aim at sun there, it's not going to move because they're on rotor lock. So if we go to the hinge and take them off, hinge lock and rotor lock, just like that there, it will now move freely and look at the sun, I believe. Yeah, it's looking, yeah, it's just moving into position to look at the sun there. So there you go. It's working fine. It's working great now, guys. So I think all that is left to do is to weld up all the solar panels now, and I am gonna cut back to you guys when that is done. Alright here guys, as you can see, just finished up welding the solar panels here, and I think it looks kind of good, and I do think it is gonna get us the amount of power we do need. And now the third thing that I want to do is build up a couple of batteries. If we can though, I'm not sure how much materials we have left or if we do have enough here. It does look like we do have enough to craft a couple batteries. So that's what I want to do. I want to craft a couple batteries, put them like right here, let's say, so the base here can collect power. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for right now, guys. And actually, I can show you kind of what I mean where I want to put the batteries. If I quickly just go into here and get a few steel plates. So here we go, guys. If I just get the batteries here, just want to place a couple like right there to absorb some of the excess power that we're going to be making with all this. And yeah, you know what, guys? I'll cut back to when the batteries are done. Alright, guys. Just finished building the batteries here. And so now, if we look inside the batteries here, it says fully recharged in 6 hours, which is actually pretty good, considering we only have 7 wind turbines, but that also means we are producing a ton of extra power. And also I did turn off the nuclear reactor on the Enterprise, so we are now solely running on these solar panels here, or solar panels, wind turbines here. And yeah, these batteries would act as a good kind of backup measure if we're not making enough power or anything. We can just pull power from these. And yeah, so that pretty much takes care of the power situation. I did finish building the solar panel there, as I told you earlier, and the wind turbines, and now the batteries here. So we did finish up all the power stuff, which means all that is left to do, for today's video anyway, is to collect some resources, or at least to go find some. And now the main resource that I do want to find is a lot of iron. You use up a ton of iron doing stuff in Space Engineers. Like, I left the moon with over 100,000 iron, and just traveling from the Earth-like planet to here, I've used up 70,000, or now I have 70,000 iron, which doesn't sound like a lot, but at least to me, I think it's a lot. So that's why the main resource that I want to look for is iron to refine and to stockpile for future use. Especially if we get attacked or anything later on and we need to do some massive repairs on the Enterprise, having a ton of iron will definitely be useful. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for right now, is looking for material. So if we just go into here and turn on thrusters here for the Enterprise shuttle and disconnect here, we can now slowly make our way out of the hangar and go find materials. Alright guys, flying around for a few minutes here, actually not too far away from the Enterprise. I have already found a bit of magnesium, nickel, and silicone, as you can see there. And so I am going to mark this down so I can mine it up in the future, but I am going to be looking for some iron here. So let's keep looking. Alright guys, have been flying around now for a few more minutes here, and I have found a bit of iron. Or it looks like a lot of bit of iron actually. I have a node over here and another node over there, if that makes sense. So I am going to mark this down and see if I can get down to the iron and mine some up. Alright guys, just marked it down here, and so now I am going to see if I can get down to the iron and mine some of it up. Alright guys, just made it down to the iron here, and it looks like it's a pretty big ore vein here too. So I am going to mine some of this up and take it back to the Enterprise for refining. Alright guys, just collected some iron here, and I discovered something with the little shuttle here, and that is it cannot support itself under full load when fully vertical, which means I'm going to have to add more down thrust, or backwards thrust to it. Which, honestly, I thought I had enough already. I have, what is that, 4 hydrogen and 4 atmospheric thrusters, and now I need to add more. That seems a bit excessive, but I guess it's needed. It's just another thing I have to do, honestly. So I'm going to head back to the base here and dock up with the Enterprise, and I'll get back to you then. Alright guys, just docked back at the Enterprise here. And so now if we go into the inventory panel here and just search up iron, we can see that now it's refining the iron here, which is good. And yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the video here, guys. I don't have a lot of time today. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And sorry if this video did feel kind of long and boring. I didn't really know what else to record, because this is stuff that I would usually do like off camera, but it felt like a bit much to do off camera. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you could please like and subscribe to the channel, it would mean a lot to me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.